When the member from North West Leicestershire first raised his concerns on this issue, he was also subjected to a political and public pylon. And the reason I raise that is that that can't be how we tackle thorny issues. We must have a much more reasoned and mature approach to these things, where ideological positions are not sacrosanct, but that we have the flexibility to engage with the points that are being raised and to look at them. The second point is the discussion around correlation versus causation. And the point I would make there is, yes, fair enough, correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation, but it's sufficient evidence for us to start asking questions about what actually is there. And that's a fundamental question that anybody who's been involved in any scientific endeavour must surely understand. The next one is a slightly more difficult issue to raise because it's quite emotive. I, like many others in this chamber, I had both vaccines, or 2 vaccines and a booster. My family had the same. But there's a question around this presumption that that's what saved lives. We can't prove that, unfortunately. That's just not the way it works. But what we do have to grapple with is that the treatment that we were given, like any agent, can cause harm. And we have a responsibility to interrogate those concerns, and that's why the Module 4 part of the inquiry really, I'm very disappointed that that has been delayed.